I often see a quote on Facebook from Johnny Depp in a graphic which says something to the effect of, do only what's right for you, the bleep with everyone else. And quotes like that are ones that there have been plenty of times in my life I could have related to. I felt the same way. But in those times, I can assure you that I felt that way out of bitterness and hurt, because I felt as though I had been pouring my heart out, doing for someone else, and felt very shortchanged in return. So by nature, I am not a selfish person, but when I felt shortchanged in return, all of a sudden I wanted to assert myself to selfishness, just like Johnny Depp did when he said that quote. It seems to me that Johnny Depp was probably hurt the same way, and probably most of you watching have been hurt the same way. But I've seen that quote posted on Facebook timelines by people who I know aren't selfish, but have been deceived into falling into the trap of the desire to assert themselves to selfishness, to reserve the right to be selfish because they've been shortchanged. But as the quote says, do what's right for you. Well, if you're really going to do what's right for you, then what you should do is keep doing right. And to do what's only right for you, to think in that way, sounds like you're asserting yourself to selfishness, and that's not right. So to do what's right for you, you won't post that quote, and you won't adopt it in your own personal code of ethics. But you'll break it down for what it is. Because what the true message of that quote says is, be selfish. Because when you're not given a bleep, with that attitude about anybody else but yourself, that's the very definition of selfishness. Not thinking of others and thinking only of yourself. And I know some of you are like, well, wait a minute, what am I supposed to take abuse? No, of course not. I wouldn't call for anyone to stay in an abusive relationship or where you're being used. But just because you don't remain near or with an abusive person, someone who takes advantage, someone like that, doesn't mean that you adopt bitterness and that kind of attitude. That doesn't make things better. If you're going to do what's right for you, adopting that attitude just isn't it. If you're going to do what's right for you, you keep being selfless and let the chips fall where they may, knowing that what goes around comes around. And inevitably, we all reap what we sow. So cling to what is good, reject what is evil, keep being selfless, and reject selfishness. Otherwise, you give that person or people who used you and made you feel that bitter in the first place the victory. But if you want the victory to be yours, don't let them change you.